So it was June 8th. It was a Saturday. It began like any other day, except in a single moment, it became the worst day of our entire lives.
We got a 4-year-old with an amputation of a foot from a lawnmower. Are you able to fly?
I was at work at the hospital. Natalee was with her dad, running errands. Afterwards, they had stopped to see me. She loved bringing donuts and coffee to my patients. It's one of her favorite parts of the weekend. I was at the elevators by the 2nd floor. My daughter came running down the hallway with her cowgirl boots on. She loved those boots. I told her I would see her later. I gave her a kiss goodbye. Towards the end of my shift, I got a call. It was my father. The panic in his voice, it stopped my heart. Your mom's got her, but her foot's gone. Her foot's gone. We're on our way to the fire station. I just froze. I panicked, trying to figure out if I needed to stay where I was because she was gonna come to me, or if I needed to get to her. At that point, I found out Mercy Flight was gonna be coming. They were gonna meet me at the baseball field behind the middle school. When I got there, she was in the back of the ambulance, just laying there. She wasn't crying, she wasn't fussing, she was just as still as could be. She was so pale. She was so hurt. When Mercy Flight arrived, it was like angels descended. They moved so quickly, but so gently with purpose and compassion. In that moment, the most terrifying moment of my life, they gave me hope. Without them, I don't know or want to think about what would have happened. I mean, they bridged the gap between tragedy and survival.
At the beginning of the call, I have no idea who it is. That's by design, so that you don't feel pressure, because obviously when it's someone like a child, the pressure you put on yourself is going to be higher because it's a kid, it's going to be more serious. From the area where we picked up our patient that morning to the hospital was going to be over an hour drive, and we were in the air and on the ground in about 18 minutes. That time savings is absolutely critical to helping to ensure that the patient can receive the best outcome that they possibly can.
So the ground ambulance did a fantastic job prior to us getting there. They had her wounds dressed, bleeding controlled. Luckily, there was minimal bleeding. Pretty much wrapped her up in our life blanket, got out of the aircraft, and we did everything else en route to the hospital to reduce the out-of-hospital time, because we knew that she would need emergent surgery. The education and the training that we go through yearly is extremely in-depth, which leads to some great outcomes for these patients. She's an awesome little kid. She will totally be a rock star growing up.
She wasn't crying, she was so stoic. She was the bravest little girl I've ever met. As a mother with 2 young kids, you have to compartmentalize and try to separate yourself from that situation, and that's a really hard challenge. When we landed on scene and we went into the ambulance, Mom was outside waiting for us, and before I even went in, I pulled her aside and told her what our game plan was, where we were going, how long the transport was going to take, and I took her number to be able to call her as soon as we got there. When we arrived at Upstate, one of the first things we did is call her, and I left my phone on speakerphone next to the bed with Natalee, and she talked to her mom through the entire trauma triage.
Since the accident, she's achieved more than we could have ever imagined. Despite the trauma and the surgeries, she's found joy again. Laughing, playing, running. She's found her own sense of independence, and she's paving her own way. I mean, one of her greatest accomplishments is that she's walking. She's walking. I would tell anybody, any family, any person, that Mercy Flight is about more than emergency care. It's more than a helicopter in the sky. I mean, they're real life-saving heroes. It's about bringing families hope. It's about giving families second chances in the most scary, terrifying moments of their life. Mercy Flight's there. I mean, they saved our daughter. That kind of impact is immeasurable. We'll forever be grateful. When our world shattered and everything felt like it was falling apart, you showed up with so much calm, care, and compassion. You treated Natalee not just like a patient, but like she was your own. We'll forever be grateful. So thank you for doing what you do every single day with so much heart.